as we start streaming on YouTube, then it actually starts showing up on the training, which then people can see that, which is kind of cool, instead of me recording it on my computer and then have to upload it. I'm still doing both just in the meantime. As we start streaming on YouTube, then, okay, there we go. Rock and roll. Okay, cool. So Ken, are you there? I know he's there.
Yeah, I must be on the wrong, I'm on my phone now. I must have been on the wrong Zoom link. Oh my gosh. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're on there. You're on the right Zoom link. It's for, because it shows Ken Burke and it's muted and has no picture, which is weird.
Yeah, it doesn't show. It says the host has another meeting in progress. Let me leave that thing out of here.
Yeah, try getting out of there and go back in, because you're in.
My apologies, everybody. I was like, okay, yeah, let's go.
I know.
Oh man. Oh, let's try it again here. Let's see here. It was the same Zoom link as we used today, right, for the 2 o'clock?
Yeah. No, that's different. That's different. So it's the one we used. And wait, I hope you didn't send that one out. If you sent that one out, then we got a challenge. Actually, well, it is, because I just thought about, no, that's different. The 2 o'clock one's different.
I clicked in on the one that I sent out to everybody just here. So I just need to see if I can populate that on my PC versus my phone, or I can just run this from the phone. You know, if you guys don't mind watching me from the phone, because you're going to be running it from
whatever you want to do. So yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I'd like to run it from the computers. Can you email me that real quick? Yeah, just email it to.
Yeah, no problem.
You have the Ken at 2 for you, or which one you got?
That's what the one I've got. Use that one you want me to send it to?
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, Ken. 2 for you. See attached. Okay, there we go. I just sent that to you. Okay, cool.
All right. Refresh here.
So while you're doing that, do you mind if I share the video from the conference?
Yeah, go ahead. What you got? Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to show the video from the conference so you guys can get, this is a kind of a snapshot of some of the things we're going to talk about today, and talk about with this, because this is an absolutely phenomenal conference. Not that one, but this one here.
Are you ready to celebrate?
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Celebration 20 years in the making, packed into one epic weekend. A personal journey, powered by revolutionary technology. More energy. Timeless vitality. Lasting longevity. Now is the time to share the light.
Directors, congratulations.
Thank you for coming to the LifeWave Global Conference. It was lit. We're already dreaming about next year. California dreaming.
LifeWave Global Conference, Anaheim, California, Fall 2025. Registration is now open.
Oh my gosh.
Be the light. LifeWave.
Is that awesome or what?
How spectacular. Oh my, don't you feel like you're still there? Oh, Golly, that was just
Absolutely. Yes.
absolutely spectacular. Well, hey, thanks for that, Greg. And hey, man, and welcome everybody to the This Is It. Well, actually, it is. We are under This Is It umbrella, but for the Believers of Life community team meeting that usually takes place on a Sunday night. But as you just saw, we just came off of that amazing event and from yesterday, and so we want to make sure we captured the fire and the equipping also to carry it in for you today, right? Instead of waiting till Sunday again. No. Too much goodness. And I'll just copycat, being the good Christian I am, I'll steal it from Greg. Wow. And backwards again, wow. I love that, Greg. That's so awesome because, oh my gosh, it was spectacular on so many levels. And I hope, I don't know, Greg, but let me just, so here's happen tonight for those of you may be brand new, but in these meetings which will take place typically on Sunday night, like this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when these community meetings will roll out. And this is really part of the 8 core components you have to have in this opportunity in place in order to win your dreams. And the first 4 are you've got to believe that's one patch. Secondly, you got to go manager. Thirdly, you got to plug into community, what you're doing tonight. And fourthly, you got to become a manager maker. So we'll just stick to that right now of the 8. And so this is number 3 on that list, plugging into community. And that's what we're doing tonight. This thing's going to grow and it's going to multiply. And so I'm so excited for what's happening here. Now, Greg and Mena being partnered with me, it's awesome because they have a they have a European and a South African team that they had one of their team leaders do today, and that happens at 1 p.m. our time, which I believe is 7 p.m. over in South African time, right? And so we're busy, building a global business. And then Greg and Mena also have team over here in the United States. And so they're teaming up with what we're building also. And by the way, Greg and Mena, who are SPDs, thankfully, in this new opportunity, on their way to Elite SPD, following me and my wife, we're on our way to Elite SPD as well. And so really tonight's call, candidly, is here to help you go Elite SPD. So we're welcoming you in to the opportunity because is there any other level you'd want to hit, right? Because you're here to win your dreams. And so we want to show you the simplicity of how to get to really Elite SPD. And it's all based on this thing called manager, and help your friends go manager. Help their friends go manager. I mean, it's so simple. Right. And so we can naturally complicate it. We're trying to help keep it simple for you. Like I said, if you're brand new, welcome to the Believers of Life community call, part of the Believers of Life, This Is It team, bigger umbrella that we're part of, almost 250,000 people strong. And so praise God for that. But tonight, just going to give you a little taste of what's going to happen for our structures. Typically, we usually do recognition for those who hit ranks. And then, but tonight we're going to switch up a little bit. We're going to continue to talk a little bit more about this fire that occurred both from the convention and then there on Sunday, there was an unleashed, This Is a team event to capture what we learned at convention to put it into practice so we all could go win big quickly. See, corporate is amazing. We as a team, we serve David Schmidt and his vision of getting this product into 1 billion households, basically, right? And that's what he wants, right? And so our goal is to help get it done there. But it's the This Is It team is the machine, if you will, that we're part of that actually gets these products to market. And so that convention that we went to was a spectacular to hear the heart of David and to understand who's running the show, that they're already teed up to produce $2 billion worth of patches right now, which is kind of crazy. And then he's got a 7-year runway, but which is going to be unloading more products, so buckle up. I mean, you can just kind of say, I found a home that's going to get me to my dreams. And you're talking to somebody, and Greg and Mena on the way also to someone who's, with
this thing retired me basically in 23 months. And, so why am I doing this call if I'm retired? Because, man, I'm just getting started, right? And actually part of why this call is here for you all tonight is because I believe God's called me and my wife to 10x this organization over the next 23 months, September of 2026. Now, right now, I have about 36,000 people in our team. So we're talking 350,000. Okay, now how are we going to do this is the most beautiful thing ever. We're going to help you hit your dreams. And this is really mission critical because, and it's really interesting. When I first came to this opportunity, I don't think I really dreamed. I don't think I really believed it because, life is hard and you got to go to work, you got to show up and you kind of get beat up and you keep going, right? Just trying to make sure I'm making the mortgage, making this for the grandkids, making what have you, and you kind of get stuck in this thing that probably, at least in America, 75% of Americans, according to Newsweek and some other articles, say they're not happy at their job. You know when they're not happy with their job? Because they've lost sight of their dream. They just don't believe it's achievable anymore. And that's a hard place to be. No one deserves it, but I've lived it and I didn't like it. And then I come into this opportunity. I'm like, is this thing really going to work or not? I mean, I think we all feel that way. Like we're coming to this, like, is this really? Now, some of you may think, yeah, it's going to work. I'm like doubting Thomas. I'm like, okay, prove it to me. Say, I got to see this thing's going to work. And we just kept on, ranking up. And, but, as God began to bless it, it did. And what it did is what it's going to do for you, if it hasn't already, it's going to open your eyes to what God wants you to see, which is the dreams that he actually put in your heart before you were born. All right. And so you have to understand how God is, because we're made in his image. He is a dreamer. He dreamed you up before you were even born. He dreamed you up. He had a vision. It was you. Then he was specific. He numbered all your days. It's a lot of days, right? In his book. So he has a specific dream. It's you. You're the apple of his eye. You're his favorite. I don't know how he does that because I'm his favorite too, but that's how it works. That's God. That's love beyond measure. But the thing is, we're made in that image to have a vision, to have a dream. Right. And so you have dreams. But let me tell you something. The most powerful dream you ever have is one that's bigger than you and has an effect on others. Right. You're having a nice house and a car and all that stuff. I mean, I paid cash. I got 2 Cyber Beasts. They're 130 grand each. I'm getting it wrapped, a special crazy wrap. That's 15 grand. That's stupid, but it's not because, it's all in a couple of days pay. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so, and that's how we want for you, right? It's like, and we're going to show you this crazy thing from my wife's Cyber Beast. It is insane. But anyways, that's another time. I'll let her do that. And maybe on the women's call this Wednesday. But, but my point is, we want to catalog all of your dreams. My wife and I do. We have this, we're going to create this big board in our home. We know Greg and Mena's dream and where they want to be by October 22nd of next year. All righty. And we'll let you say that. So we've as one, but I need to see, and I want to see everybody's dream, which is you have a vision of where you want to be in this opportunity by a certain date. And if you don't have that down yet, you've got to ask the Lord to get that down. And, and because that's going to fuel the why of why you do what you do each day. That gives you the ability to continue to do the hard times and the good times, to continue to stay consistent all the time. You got to have crystal clarity, as we heard from Jay Atkins 2 weeks ago on a Saturday training. Here's a gentleman who runs 7 multi-million-dollar companies. I sat next to him at the event. Right? It was freaking awesome. And what did he say? You've got to be crystal clear in your dream. Well, when I first came in, I wasn't. And it's just been of recent 25 months in that now I'm getting crystal clear on my dream, writing it down, and then I'm speaking it. And if you ask the Lord to bless that, he is going to do it for you. And the only way I'm going to get to 350,000 people is if you write your dreams down. I can't get there if you don't do that. This is not a crapshoot. This is a vision play of your dreams. And so you've got to be all in with us. I mean, all in, and if you're not all in, then we're going to help get you in. If you're not, then it's okay. We're going to find more people who are. Because life is short, tomorrow isn't promised, and there's a whole world out there waiting for us to get them patched. Now, for me as a Christian, I have two responsibilities. My first responsibility is to point everybody to Jesus. My second responsibility is a social responsibility, and that's to patch everybody with this patch. That's my ethos. That's how I get up in the morning. Man, I'm pointing everybody to Jesus, and we're going to get them patched, right? Is everybody going to listen to me about Jesus? No. Is everybody going to listen to me about the patch? No. Is that going to stop me? Heck no. Why? Because we have belief, because I know where we're going. Let me share about our little dream. So 350,000 people. Why do I want 350,000 people? We're already making pretty good money. Why do you want to make, that much more? Well, it's really not about making millions more. It's really about, for my vision, God has put a vision. We have a three-pronged approach. We basically, at this point, he's bringing clarity to me. We're going to fund enough ministries that are going to basically help win 1 billion people to Jesus. We're going to be behind funding those ministries. He's going to begin to bring to us what those ministries are so we can help fund those ministries to get the gospel out to help win 1 billion people to Jesus, right? There's 8.3 billion people on the planet right now, just about, right? So that's still probably not a big enough goal, but that's where I'm at right now. And secondly, we want to help the brokenhearted, right? And so we want to be able to have, whether we own apartment complexes, duplexes, but larger facilities where we can take women in sex trafficking who need to be rescued, basically, in a respite where they can get back and get ministered and be safely and rehabilitated, right? And so, like I said, I've talked before, I have a friend of mine has 26 homes here locally. We want to buy them. Anyways, and use them for that. And then thirdly, we want to make sure that we get medical mission supplies out around the world. And for us to do that, we're going to put together a light jet company. And that means, so I need to be rubbing shoulders with other guys that we can partner to go buy a company that has 50 to 100 light jets, and then we can get medical supplies and resources out in remote areas of the world, particularly with one particular jet. It's called a Pilatus PC-24, made in Switzerland. It lands on dirt. There's 10,000 runways in the world that you can land a light jet on, but there's 20,000 you can land on dirt, and we can get faster supplies and medical help. So this is just us. But to do that, I need 10x what we're at. And God has put that in my heart. So that's my specific dream. That's my vision. This is what we see. My vision, and I believe, hopefully, is showing what God has downloaded me, downloads to you, like it's to me, through me, to you, and then to you, through you, to the next, right? And so as we build this amazing Believers for Life organization, because that's what we are believers for amazing life that he's pouring through us to go reach countless lives through you, through your dream. So your dream becomes really validated in the eyes of God when it's bigger than you, and it's really about blessing others. And you can have the cars, the boats, the house, the planes, all the stuff that he's going to burn, have the biggest ash pile area before you die. Nothing wrong with that. I like my Sour Beast, a lot of fun. We have a beautiful home, blah, 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 but the real joy is the lives that are changing. So this call tonight, right, is about bringing crystal clarity to understanding what you're part of on the Believers for Life platform with me and Greg and Mena, and what we're doing to help execute underneath This Is It team umbrella with Steve and Gina Merritt that we praise God for all their amazing hard work. We just came back from an Unleashed, it was called Unleashed, Sunday event, right, from 8:30 to 3. And it was just outstanding. I mean, every single speaker just spoke life and tools of owning this to the next level, of how to do it better so the next person can do it better and easier and simpler too. And tonight, there's two things you're going to hear from us after we recognize those who've won, because our goal is to recognize a ton of people winning and have a call like this break out into multiple calls. Really, people own multiple calls like this. So this is not going to be the end all beat all call where we have 50, 100, 200 people eventually on this. We want to see that break out to thousands on smaller groups, right? Empower those leadership aspects. But what's going to happen is I'm going to talk about manager in 3 components. Greg and Mena they're going to talk about the power of events and why it's so important between the Rise Up event and the next event that's coming up, the next level event that's coming up in August. They're going to hit on that. And then we're going to open up for Q&A. So to make sure that we're reaching you, and we'll be out of here before 8 o'clock, because 8 o'clock, this is a team, we honor them. They're doing, it's 7:21 right now, Eastern Standard Time. So in the next 39 minutes or where that is, 37 minutes, 8 minutes, we'll crush that through. God will bless it, because we've asked him to before you guys even got on the call. And so you can win big for you. But I do want to, Greg, if you just pull up either Adam Levine or Gwen Stefani, because this was just crazy. Adam's probably better sound, but it doesn't matter. Just pick one.
So let me go through.
Maybe Gwen Stefani, because man, I got to close up with her. I was like, it's poker.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Are you in
Yeah,
38 seconds, I
I gotta
think.
get- I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to my thing.
That's
here,
okay.
because let me get to it. So-
Last time I was on the front row of a concert, I spent over $1,000 to be there. It was Kenny Chesney, and I ended up slapping his hand. Here I'm on the front row again, but I didn't pay for it. LifeWave did. Crazy.
Here we go.
It may not sound good, but just check this out. Get the close up. Here it is. All right. So, so when you guys hit SPD, because that was a whole SPD VIP section, and then behind us was 5,000 other people.
Yep.
And this is where you're going, right? You're going to be in this, because this company is top drawer. I mean, come on, Adam Levine and Gwen Stefani. Seriously, for 5,000 people? I don't know what that costs, but I'm sure it was a pretty penny. And then the drone show, you saw some on the video. I didn't know what I was looking at first. I've never in my life seen anything like this ever. I'm like, am I seeing this massive, like, football field long of all these lights moving in and out and all coordinated perfectly together, now shaping North LifeWave and Be the Light and X39 and all these ways. And they must have had thousands of drones literally programmed together, lit up, changing colors, all within inches of each other. I mean, it was crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, we live in a crazy, amazing age. And what the heck they spent to pull that off must have been mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, this company is just, they're top drawer, and they're top drawer for you. And they wanted to share that with all of you and all of us who went. And they want to reward us, as well as meaning, they want to basically share in what it is to be the light. And I'll say this one last thing here, is that David Schmidt, this man has got such a heart for God. And he stood up there and he basically said, God is perfect, right? And he doesn't make any junk, and that you and me, in his eyes, we are perfect. And he has a plan. It's a great plan. And David said the plan for LifeWave comes from God. That's huge, because you had a lot of people from different countries who don't believe in Jesus, right? Who are a big part of the financial play in this company. And so I love the fact, and then David, he shared a story how this company should have got derailed, went broke, and what it did, it brought him to his knees and got him closer to God when he had to basically not take a paycheck, had to unload all his savings, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to make payroll, and the price he paid and the things he had to go through to not give up. We get upset with a few people who want to give up. This guy was all in, right? And so, I mean, we have a leader in the CEO and founder of this company who's next. He sees this thing, I mean, like, not just getting a billion, many, 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 many billions with the other things they're looking to unload in here, and we're on the cusp of it. So I tell people this. Listen, what other company in the whole world could we join that would be better than this? There is not one. What an honor, what a privilege we have to be able to be part of this amazing company who loves God, is trusting God, following the plan from God in their regards, and protected to have products like X39 that we now can participate on helping change lives with, and then be rewarded financially in a way that helps your dreams come true. I mean, what an honor that we all have. And we should take it as a responsibility to steward this, to put our negativity, our discouragement down, and to get our faith in this company, faith in God, and faith to go make a difference in people's lives, and partner in this company to go make it big, right? And changing lives. So, that's just some, food for thought and where we're going and what you're part of and why we're excited. And so, Greg and Amanda, what we want to do, I'll let you kind of take over and share your heart. And also, we definitely want to recognize, these new folks who've hit manager and then some. And and hopefully next week we'll have more and finally even more. And as we finish out year end, because right now we're all committed, to make sure that year end is strong. Greg and I have a team that they've started on 2 p.m. on Mondays of those who want to hit senior director and above, really, and they want to get executive. They're looking for executives. They want to go elite by year end. So they're looking to partner with those who are serious about hitting elite, and above. And so when I'm going to be doing a senior director and above, same kind of thing on Tuesday night, 7 p.m., that's part of our personal enrolled downline. And that starts tomorrow night. And because we're serious about year end. And if you're serious about hitting senior director or executive director, presidential or SPD before year end, that's 71 days starting tomorrow, then I'm committed. I'm committed to help you make that happen. And we're going to work on that. We're going to show what that looks like tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for those who want to be part of that. But we'll talk more about that. But Greg, I'm going to go ahead, take it.
Awesome. Yeah, and thank you, Ken, because again, we can't try to, it's impossible to express what we've seen over the past few days, all the amazing things that are going on with the company, with the team. The Unleashed event was absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I'm going to share my screen again. I got these things kind of all over the place because I wanted to share with you some of the information. And the one thing that I want to do is make sure that you have, and I hope I got it here, the QR code. I was transferring this over from one, there we go. Transferring this over from one thing to another, but this is, no, that's not what I wanted to go. Hold on a second. The QR code specifically for this, because what we're recommending that you do is that you actually scan this QR code, and this week, next week, over the next couple of weeks, you're going to want to watch all the people that presented from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30 or 3 o'clock or whatever it was in the afternoon. It was nonstop. In fact, I got a text from one of the people on our team. She goes, "Do you think they're going to give us a break?" I said, "No, there's not going to be a break." It was just speaker after speaker after speaker, and each of the speakers were 15 to 20 minutes maximum. So it's bite-sized, achievable chunks, and all of it was absolutely phenomenal. So, again, if you saw part of it, you know how powerful this was. And I say, even as you're driving, or just put it in your headphones. I'm going to start doing this starting tonight, even putting on my headphones so I can even just listen as I'm doing stuff. But that's what you definitely want to do. The bigger part to this is, again, what came out of this was just massive belief. I mean, when you talk about really what David had mentioned, and one of the guys was talking about, that he said taking the company to tens of billions of dollars in the future. Think about the tens of billions. And someone mentioned, they said that David is actually, like the Steve Jobs of the wellness industry. So when you understand what he's trying to do and how he's leaps ahead of everybody else. And literally, when you understand where it's going and some of the partnerships they're going to be doing, they're actually, like again, I mentioned some of the different things they're doing. They're doing a documentary on this. The same gentleman that did the documentary, Plandemic, and all the different stuff. What is his name again?
Mickey Willis.
Mickey Willis is going to be doing a documentary. He's actually working on that right now, and with David Schmidt, can be launched at the probably end of first quarter, maybe beginning of second quarter. But they're launching new products, new stuff. It is just phenomenal. So again, make sure you scan that QR code so you can actually get catch the fire from that actual function there. But that was one thing that if you go to the This Is It team channel, you're going to see some different, the YouTube channel, you'll actually see this on here. You can click on that, or you can just go to YouTube, go to here and save this on there. But that's another place that you can get that from too. So one of the things that I'll do is I'll let you kind of talk a little bit, and then we're kind of introduce some new people from a standpoint of what we're talking about, because we want to recognize people. So what did you want to share real quick? Because I want to share a couple of things, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to share that it was an absolutely amazing weekend. I mean, we're still trying to piece it all together because there's so much, and with time, the whole thing is we actually grow from event to event. And the whole thing is, if you want a big team, you want to make sure that everybody on your team is either listening virtually or attending in person, because we really don't want to play broken telephone and try and tell all the people what happened, because we can't. It's just impossible to relay the excitement, the energy, just the vibe that was in the room, and it just doesn't come out the same way. So I would recommend that everybody who's on here this evening actually make sure you register for Rise Up, which is in January, okay?
Yep.
And you can get on virtually, and some of us will be attending in person. It is limited for attendance in person. But the rank advancements, I have never seen anything like it. I mean, literally, it went on and on and on. Directors, senior directors, executives, presidentials. I mean, I thought it would get smaller as the rankings were moving up. But I mean, even senior presidential directors, it went on for about an hour. And that's just the momentum, the excitement, the growth that this company is experiencing. And to know that we are on the fastest growing team with the right leadership, the right product, the right corporate management, everyone is just in the right place at the right time. And honestly, for anybody who's not taking advantage of this, I just don't know. Every day I just thank God that Ken and Diana actually persisted and they continued to knock on our door, no matter how I just was so skeptical, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I mean, even Greg initially was like, oh boy, they've sucked Ken and Diana into this thing. But thank God, our eyes were open, and, we've been able to bless a lot of people. But like Ken said, it's not just about, the health and all of that, because like the word of God says, what does it profit a man if he gains everything but he loses his salvation? So this is everything. God opens up a platform to us to touch lives that that we would not have met. I think of our international people. I mean, we would not have met them if it wasn't for this patch. Yes, locally, a lot of you here, even locally, we would not have known, except for the fact that we're sharing this, and God has connected us because he had that in his plan, and every one of us is to play our part. So I just wanted to share that and then just move on, because we want everybody to tie in with this as a team.
Yeah, so the second part to that is also save the date, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, 2025. Put that in your calendar. So write that down, August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. That is the next major function that Steve and Gina are going to be doing in person for everybody. There's going to be people coming in from all around the world, literally for that event. And that is going to be in Orlando, Florida. And it's going to be at the Omni, I forgot the Omni Conference Center, but the hotel conference center is going to be amazing. But August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, is going to be there in Orlando. We already reserved our tickets. We already got them. No big deal. We booked everything. But the one thing is, like Mena said, the virtual tickets, I don't even know if they've got any in-person tickets. We got a bunch of people in person coming to us in Vegas for January. But that is, if you don't have your ticket, get it tonight. Go on thisisitteam.com so that you can actually then book your the online version and do a watch party. This is not just for viewing. This is for so muting Ken's other phone. Anyway, and I keep on hitting hit mute again.
Okay.
And if they unmute it, then we're gonna have to eject. So anyway, but real quick, so the big thing about that is that, once again, marking these different things down. So we got the different conferences that are coming up, the different meetings that are coming up. Corporate has different ones they're doing too. They're doing a virtual one actually in January, and they're doing another one, like I said, in October in Anaheim. If you saw Anaheim, California, we're super excited for that. Already booked that already. We're going to be booking flights obviously down the road and the hotel and stuff like that, but it's very, very exciting from that standpoint. But the bigger part to that is what's going on right now. So just a couple days ago, we got a couple brand new managers, and so we want to recognize the brand new managers. And why is my thing not opening? This is actually driving me bonkers, because what I did is I put everything on a different slideshow instead of the other slideshow. Here we go.
There it is.
There we go. Okay, so let me go here now. I know I've got it. I'm not sharing the screen, so I got to share it. There we go. It wouldn't pop up. There we go. So with that in mind, the one thing that we always want to do is make sure that we recognize, people for the different achievements. So I'll have Mena kind of talk about a couple of recognitions. So
manager is actually the building block, and we really just are teaching people how to make managers, and how to get really good at that, because that is how we actually rank up. It's strategic initially, building 2 legs, so 2 cores or above on the right and 2 cores or above on the left, and you make sure that they are staying active, meaning on auto ship, and then you are at least at 300 points and you're at the advanced level. or advanced package purchase. And then you're known as a manager. And then you go and do the same thing. You help 2 people. They rank manager. And then those people help other people rank manager. And that is how everybody ranks up to senior director and above. Executive, presidential, and senior presidential, all based on volume, whereas the other ranks are based on structure. So it's pretty simple. It really is duplicating. It's just everybody helping their team, rank managers and become manager making machines.
Yep. So we got a couple new managers. We haven't even got all the names in from everybody because I guess we've been a little crazy. But a couple of days ago, and I was hoping he was going to be on. I don't know if Hunter is on here or not. But Hunter Lindsay actually is someone that's underneath one of our personals. So Evan, who's under Corey, who's under or Hunter's under
Corey's under Evan, and Hunter's under Corey.
Under Corey. But he's been running like ever since he got started. I think he's only been involved for a couple of weeks now, 2-3 weeks, and he's been running like crazy to get this done. So I know there's a lot of people that could make it at last minute because they were thinking we were doing it on Sunday and instead they had something going on tonight. But I wanted to recognize him. We'll probably recognize him on Sunday as well. But the great part about this is, again, we want to say congratulations, Hunter. He is moving fast and he's going to get director done very fast, which is pretty awesome. And the second young lady, Barbara Delfino, just went manager yesterday. So Mena actually went in the back office and she goes, looks like Barbara's manager. So what? And I'm like, it's like she's got a foresight. She knows knows where everybody's at. And so literally we looked and said, yes, that's it. So Barbara, are you on right now? I believe you are.
Barbara is.
So
do you want to unmute?
If you want to unmute and you want to just say a couple words, because again, we want to recognize you and say awesome, phenomenal job. So I know you're super excited. You shared a little bit on our call earlier today. So tell us what you're excited about.
Thank you. I am. That's so hard to put into words right now. I am so excited that there is something out there that helps people feel good. And it's something that I can go in confidently. My background is medical, alternative and traditional. So to come in and find something that I can confidently say, you got to try this. I'm serious. I was on the phone a little bit before coming on here, and I called my friend from a long time ago, and he says, well, I really don't have anything wrong with me. And then he proceeded to tell me everything wrong with himself. And I'm like, this is going to help you. You've got to listen to me. So I'm excited because it's a great product. It works. And it is like, you got to be, well, Minnesota, you're so much nicer about it. But in my opinion, you got to be brain dead to not try this.
Exactly.
I didn't say that.
And you just had to win yourself physically. So, I mean, tell us what just happened for you specifically with your eyes.
Oh, well, that is just like so cool. I'm driving I-4 Saturday night, and I have hated driving at night for the last 2-3 years, because if any of you are my age, I'm in my 60s, and you see these red lights in front of you and you see the white lights coming at you, and it's like, oh, you hate it. And everybody always tells you, well, that's part of getting older. Well, it just irritated me. Well, I've been on the patch now for 21 days 20 days at that point. And all of a sudden I'm on the highway and I'm realizing I'm not having a problem. This reminds me of my vision 5-10 years ago. So I drove, I was so excited. I started calling people, I hands-free, okay? But I started calling people and telling everybody I was so excited, and it was wonderful. So that's just one thing, okay? It's worth it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's a blessing. So
yes, congratulations again. That is awesome.
So Barbara went and ranked manager in just under 3 weeks.
Yes.
Or just about 3 weeks. So that's right out of the gates, and pretty much did it herself,
Yep.
So you're going to find those people.
And if she doesn't mind, we're going to help her friends do it even quicker and help her get
director done
ASAP. So that is awesome. So again, congratulations, Barbara, congratulations, Hunter. The big thing that we try to share with people again is how this business works is based upon just helping people get to the next level, the next level, the next level, the next level, the next level. The thing is that when you have people paving and mapping out the path for you, the thing that happens, where do I have it here? No, gosh, I went further back. Sorry, I was trying to put this together and Ken's throwing videos at me. Sorry, but the one thing it's amazing is that we actually said the same thing that a lot of people they take a look at, from a business standpoint. Man, if this company's rock solid, we want to be a part of it. And there's a lot of flimsy companies out there. There's a lot of companies that haven't been there for, haven't been around for just a couple of years or whatever. This company's 20 years old, and literally talk about a 20-year startup, because that's really where they're at. They're hiring all kinds of people at the industry strongest people, because they're literally just finally understanding what they got a hold of, and people understand what they got a hold of with X39. And so the great part about it was obviously spending time. I was looking for the picture with us and Ken and his sponsor Joyce. I know, yeah. I couldn't find it in time. So anyway, but just being able to spend time with these amazing people. We also had Onyx Cole swing by and say, hey, do you mind if we grab a picture real quick with Onyx, which is pretty phenomenal. Who's actually Stephen Gianamera's sponsor, who's got she's got 400,000 people on her team. It's pretty amazing when you understand that. But again, when we had there we go. When we had the picture, we've had this picture for almost 2 years. I found this picture. Someone had it on theirs. I put my picture over their picture, put our name down here. And then here we go. We were just recognized as senior presidential directors at this event. And it was absolutely phenomenal. And it's, again, the part that you want to understand is that the line for the senior presidential directors was massive. The line for the executives was I forgot if they said it was 700 or something crazy like that. It was just massive, the amount of people that were stuff like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that here. So, but again, so all the different things that came along with this, but the most important part, again, is we want to help you get to the next level, Because once again, we tell people this all the time. And I said, we can't make income claims. What we've seen though, is that people, when they hit senior director, that's about $1,000 a week on a residual basis. If you build things the right way, the way that we instruct people to do, and it just grows from there and grows to the point where it gets just absolutely phenomenal, ridiculous. So that's the one thing that we always want to make sure people that understand is that if you're really here because you want to be part of a winning team. We got the #1 team in the entire world. And this is a team which is obviously propelling the company to be the number one network in the entire world, and they're not stopping. I mean, people are going to try to catch us for decades, and they're not going to be able to do it. I'm telling you that right now. We're going to surpass every single company out there into the multiple billions of dollars, and we're along for this ride to make impacts around the world and blessing people, just like Barbara, just like a lot of other people right now. A lot of things we don't even expect, we might not even understand. But 3 weeks later, she's like, I can see better at night. It's like the night vision, all these different things, these little things that make a massive difference in people's lives. And so the biggest part to this is we want to celebrate you. We want to help you get to the next level, because that's the most important part to that. So I know, Ken, you had mentioned a little bit about obviously the different parts about becoming a manager, the kind of the game plan on that. So I want you to kind of cover that a little bit so we can talk a little bit more about that as well.
Here's a 3-pronged approach, and great job. Once again, congratulations on you managers. How spectacular. But forgive me, I've got a dog I'm watching. I wasn't planning on watching, and everybody's gone. I'm like, so I was barking like crazy. How am I going to do with them? Anyways, so this 3-pronged approach on going manager. And, so one is you sign somebody up, they're excited, right? And 2 ways, you can then get on the phone with the people the 4 people that they love and care about, and say, hey, let's get on the phone right now. Let's give them a call. There's some background noise here. And so I don't know if you hear the dog. And so you can give them a call and while the fire is hot, introduce them to the opportunity. Right. So that's one way. And potentially you get those 4 people, by that same day. And so another way is we have the Believers for Life Linktree page, and give you an insight of how you can launch your first Zoom X39 launch, where you invite the people that you love and care about that are closest to you, people you work with, it's your family, your friends, people you work with, people you work out with. You build a list of 20, 30, 40, 50 people. Who are those people that when they see your phone, they know your name, they're used to talking to you, you don't have to play catch up with them, and you just call them up and you can give them what we do on the Linktree page. It shows you how to make that contact inviting, so they can get, half a dozen or more of your family and friends on that Zoom done in the next 48 to 72 hours. It's done in a short window, and your upline does that, right? Zoom, so that, hey, if a half a dozen or more show up, form a sign up. And boom, you're manager by dinner. Same thing when you first phone somebody, and we almost got to do this last night. We were on a plane, right? So we patched 2 people, two stewardesses on the plane. We were sitting right in front of Southwest, so we could talk to them. And so got them side on the patch. And then she started, one of the stewardesses who signed up today, Brittany signed her up today. She was talking about her brother-in-law, you know, and some 4 or 5 of her family members. I'm like, man, if we just got on the phone with them right now, you know, and that's what Brittany's going to try to do now that they signed her up, is we're going to try to just get on the phone with them, you know, and see if we can just introduce the opportunity. Well, if you're not confident yet to do that, use your upline to partner with you in getting that done. You know, use us, you know, whoever your upline is that's confident that you can say, hey, do you mind? I've got someone who's really excited. They've got 4 people that they want to be able to reach out to and tell them. And I want us to be able to reach out with her or them or him, you know, to their first 4 people. And you pull your upline who you're confident can have a great conversation with them and introduce them to this opportunity. So that's another way. Or you can have, thirdly, a home party, a home launch party, right? We're 25 months in, we're getting ready to do another one. And we did another one at Brittany's home, who's my daughter, who's director in the business, working on getting the presidential before Christmas. And so she's here this week at our home. And so she's like, hey, Dad, can we do a launch party? I want to invite some friends I haven't seen in a while. So that's what's so awesome about this opportunity, is that it's still fresh, you know, 24 months later. We can still invite people to. But if you're brand new, it's a great way to be able to get people that, if you have enough in a local community, you know, introduced to this opportunity. Man, that dog is crazy. Sorry. So I don't know if you hear that dog or not.
We don't hear him at all.
We don't hear.
No way. Oh,
No,
perfect. Praise God.
Hearing
Praise
you,
God.
Ken.
We hear you, yes.
We're hearing the live dog.
Yeah, who has a dog now? I'm the chief dog. Anyway, so you know, but you know, that's just 3 components. So, and we're going to open this up for the Q&A at 7:49. But once then I'll let Greg and Mena. But we just want to let you know it's all about going manager. So next time you sponsor somebody, your goal with them and your conversation with them, showing about the people they love and care about closest to them, learning about this patch as quickly as possible based on their excitement. So we can hopefully maybe get 4 of those folks, and with them, get them the manager and then replicate that play.
Yep. And a good thing about that too is, well, like we were talking earlier, kind of, we we're talking about this, is that what Carrie
Robertson,
she's the one that she doesn't ask if they say, well, is it okay if we give them a call? No, she says, why don't we just give them a call right now?
Yeah.
You make the assumption, let's give them a call right now. And
Right.
like I say, look, who are the 4 people you love the most that have some challenges or want to develop some or need some extra money? I mean, it's like whatever it takes to get them going next, and then basically then you can start developing there, because their belief is going to go through the roof. I'm telling you, in the future, people are going to say, oh, how quick to go manager? 24 hours. You know?
No, not even an hour.
But I'm just saying, like you registered, you had 4 people signed up. And so,
And real quickly, if I interrupt you, and if your belief isn't as high as me or Greg or Mena's or some other people, in time it will. You keep plugging in the system, your belief and your internal objections. This you have your own internal disbeliefs that need to get answered. Maybe, right? And so, if you stay in the game, you stay around us, you stay around the opportunity, David Schmidt, listen to the team, and all we're doing, those internal beliefs will go away. Your belief will rise higher and higher, and that's what becomes contagious. So when you say, yeah, let's get on the phone with your friends now, and that belief will rise, and you'll get that. They just want to, that will come. If you don't have it now, it will come. But use us. We have the belief. Call us up. We've got the belief. We'll get it done.
Absolutely. And so we want to open up for questions, because obviously we got a little bit of time left, and before the 8 o'clock call tonight. So tonight, again, every Monday at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. We recommend people, if they got people on the West Coast or people on the East Coast, you can get people at 8 o'clock, people on the West Coast get them at 10 o'clock. These are meetings that are phenomenal. The person that's doing it tonight is an attorney, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and again, so she's going to be talking about from like same thing like Mena, you know, from an attorney's perspective, you know, why would an attorney get involved with this business and build a business like this? Well, it's about residual income. It's not about, you know, temporary income. So if you it's about freedom. Yep. And so if you got questions about anything we talked about or anything else in general, we'd love to say, so what you can do is, if you go onto your screen, you can go to the reactions, and actually, let me see if I can do this here. You can actually just raise your hand. So if you go to reactions on the bottom, it says react, you hit and raise your hand comes up, or you just put your hand up, and within about 5 seconds, your hand will pop up, and then we like to pick on you so that we can answer any questions you might have. So we're hearing from the big dog. We didn't hear the little dog in the background, but we're hearing from the big dog, Ken, tonight, which is awesome. So any questions that people have in regards to anything that we talked about, or questions about anything specific, because we love to share, obviously what's going on. And we're going to be having a lot more this Sunday. I'm telling you right now, I did not get a chance to prepare everything like I wanted to. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff kind of highlighting some things that are going on. And also we're going to have a lot of wins this week alone. It's going to be amazing. So we got a lot of amazing things that are going on. So anybody with any questions specifically or anything they want to share? This usually when we get crickets. And if someone's so okay, Barb, if you want to mute your I see your hand up. For some reason your thing's not showing up, but if you want to, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so I had a unique situation today. I was talking with somebody and they said, "Oh, I've heard all about it." And my doctor told me about it. I had to buy thyroid patches, I had to buy this, and I had to buy that. And so she came away pretty discouraged. And I don't know that much, but I do know that there are a lot of patches out there. My understanding is X39, okay? But I'd love for you to say anything more about that and help me learn.
Absolutely. Ken, did you want to say something?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because I sponsored a friend, Dr. Debbie Hutchinson, and she basically put the opportunity aside because when she first got introduced, there's all these patches and patching protocols and blah, blah, blah. Right. Well, remember, all those patches got the company to 15 million a year or 20 million a year after 15 years. One patch now took it to 600 million in 48 months. Right. So this patch is the oil to the engine. And apparently that doctor doesn't really understand the power of the patch. And so, which is okay. I mean, it is what it is, but that they need to understand that, that this patch elevates a peptide called JHK2 copper peptide, and it's going to reactivate dormant stem cells. There isn't a product on the planet, not a patch either, that does that. That's the only vehicle. So it's the oil to the engine, and that's what's creating the growth. And most doctors are tired, right? And they're only as good as their next patient, and they got to see a lot of patients, and they're looking for a way out. And so that they need to know the one thing you want to share with them is, hey, listen, there's a great way for you to be able to also change lives. And while the lights are off, you make money. But so I don't know if that helps answer your question, but it's still up to the engine.
Yeah, and one of the things I was going to mention too is there's other patches that are out there. People think of nicotine patches, and most of them are transdermal, and there's a lot of hokey ones. I'll tell you that right now. Even when the gals talked about I'm trying to think of her name that basically said that at the panel. Jen, Dr. Jen.
Dr. Jen, yeah.
Yeah, so she's
O'Sullivan or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
Dr. Jen O'Sullivan. But that's actually on the This Is It professional panel, or actually the doctor's panel from this past July. Absolutely phenomenal. So you'll hear what she talks about, you hear what other people are. There's nothing like this one out there. So a lot of times what you can do with someone like that is say, you know what, I'm just starting to find out about this. I would love for you to talk to my friends Greg and Meta. They're not doctors, but they've been utilizing these patches for a couple of years. And at least we can give her some insight of what is it that she's seen, what she hasn't seen.
Yeah.
So we've had people that said, oh, I've tried these patches, and it's some other patch that's like putting something in their system they're like, it's just like, oh, I had this problem. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not our patch. So again, keep that in mind. But even if it was X39, she might not have used it the right way, or she might have had 14, other things that she was, using it for. So again, I would love to have the opportunity to, if she's open for us, allow us to talk to her. So absolutely. But great, because again, these things come up, and as these things come up, please get us involved, get Ken involved. And again, we're not expert. I always tell people right away, we're not doctors, we're not scientists, but we do have, the information, and we can point them to the information where they can get more specific details as well. So hopefully that helps. Yeah.
Also, I got from Dave McDaniel's team. He had 3 doctors on, and I've got that Zoom meeting, and I'll share that back out with everybody.
Yes,
So that you can share that, and when you have a doctor, you can listen to a vascular surgeon and a few other people talk.
Yeah.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
And Brendan Duplessis, who's up at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, Brandon.
South Africa, said 97% of people see results within 90 days with the X39. So,
Yep.
and the other patches are just they're supplemental. So if anybody's wearing any of the other patches, it's usually with the X39. X39 is like the flagship product, and that's what the business is built around, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I want to, if anybody's any questions, let's get them, but I want to give people a heads up because the schedule of Zooms that are going on this week also that our team, the Bleeders for Life team is doing, just here in the United States is that, of course we'll have our Sunday like this one again next week, this coming week on 8 p.m. Tuesday night, I do an opportunity Zoom, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And then, also at 7 p.m., I'm going to be reaching out to people, cherry picking people who are interested in running hard for year end, senior director and above. We're going to be doing a leadership meeting starting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. every Tuesday. And then Wednesday is a lady Zoom. This is important because sometimes women have issues they don't want to share when there's other men on the call. And it's really important that they can say that in more of a safe community amongst other women. And so, Mena and Diana, they had like over 30 women on the first call. Right. And so Dinah will be leading this call. I think Mena has a prior commitment, but this week at noon, we have a women's call. And then Saturday, once again, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, we do a training. And that's really to help catch your new people, to help get them centered. So just FYI, and that's that's underneath the umbrella of This Is a Team. That's not a This Is a Team. That's our Bleeders for Life, so that you have that connection. And we're going to be putting that up. Me and Brendan are going to be working on getting the school platform. We're going to be putting this up on school next couple of days. And then we're going to start pushing out to you all to start joining the school platform, because that will become a centralized source where you have the calendar, you'll have videos that you'll be able to look at as far as onboarding and great presentations and testimonies. So on one centralized source, it's like Facebook, but it's called school, and it'll be just with us, and it'll make it easier to be a centralized source of communication.
Yep. Awesome. So, and one thing I want to let people know, because I've had a few people text me and say, hey, do you have the link for the 8 o'clock? This Is It team has all this information. You go to the, I guess I'll say Zoom events on there, and you just click on the date, and then you can click on there. And you can also, for people that don't know, it's very simple to click on the date, say it's Monday. In fact, I'm gonna do this real quick. Give me 30 seconds, because I just want to share this, because I want to make sure that everybody understands how simple this really is to do. Let me get out of this and show, hopefully you can see. Can you see our screen?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm trying to get to the actual, This Is It team. Give me a second here. So it's just on here earlier. There it is. So we go to This Is It team. All you do is you go to X39 Zoom events. And if you click on Monday here, you can basically say, well, if I copy this, well, you can just copy this link right here. It's thisisitteam.com/MON for Monday. And someone says, what's the one for Wednesday? WED. So you just copy this here. And then as soon as you copy this, you can then send it wherever you want to. So I can send it to a text, to an email or whatever. And it's got the link right on here. So as soon as it says I want to click to join, it's going to go to the meeting. I'm not going to do it now, obviously. But that's what you want to be able to do. So that's the biggest part to this, is utilize the tools that we have, utilize the This Is It info, This Is It team, so that you can actually understand that utilizing the system makes it so simple. And again, for people that understand that, do that and teach people how to do that. Teach people how to do that and make it easy. So we're going to jump off here in a minute, because we're going to jump.
I'm going to close on a quick prayer, if that's okay with everybody. All right.
Yes.
Heavenly Father, and thank you, Greg and Mena, for running the meeting, and praise you. Thank you for that. Lord, we just thank you for this opportunity. Lord, you desire for us to dream with you. You are the dream maker, and may you help us all fall more in love with you, our dream maker, Lord. You're so wonderful. You're so good. Thank you for blessing David as a heart for you. He's getting his plan to build this business based from you, and so are we, Lord. And so we want to help people achieve their dreams, this opportunity. Bless them this week to win the week, even tonight, Lord, even tomorrow, bless them. And so by the time we meet again next Sunday, it's even bigger and better with more wins. And we thank you because we're trusting you for those wins. And we thank you for everybody on this call. Bless their hearts. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Awesome. Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
We'll see you guys this week. Let us know what we can do to help get you launched. Again, we got a lot of people that have new people that want to get started. Let's set up launch meetings and get them started and get them moving forward, so we can break a bunch of more managers, more directors this week. Amen. So
Amen.
Bless you guys. Love you. Have an amazing night. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.